Yeah, good evening, everyone. Everyone is able to hear me? In just a couple of minutes. Yeah, just 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes, huh? All right then. So let us now share my screen. So Maven project in we are going to see so many times. Okay, not an issue. Maven in there is a separate tool we are going to study after completing JUnit and mock it. So now let us now take another test case. So what I'll do is I'll write one more business method here. Int product, int x comma, int y. Business method to calculate product of two integers and return the product. Okay, so I'll say return x into y. Right? So in our test method, what I'll do, I'll write one more test method. Now I'll be testing product method. Right? So what I'll be doing now? Again, define input. To be passed. Right? So what I'll say int x equal to 5. So int y equal to 10. So if I pass y x equal to 5, y equal to 10 in the input, to a product method, what is the expected output? 50, right? I'll say 50. Next 3. Now get the actual output by calling the product method of app.java by passing the required input. So what I'll say app equal to new app. So I'll say int actual output app.product of x comma y. Right? This is the actual output. So we'll call the method product method. Now next, what we'll do? We'll say compare expected output and actual output. Right? And so what we'll do, we'll use asset equals. We'll compare expected output and actual output. And if they are equal, this makes test if whether pass. Else test method fail. Right? So I'll say asset equals expected output, comma actual output. Now, will this test method pass or fail? Just tell. So will this test method pass or fail? So will the test method pass or fail? Right? This will pass, right? Because I have x equal to 5, y equal to 10. My expected output is 50. I'm defining the expected output as 50 because I know the product of these two will be 50. When I call the actual method, it is returning x into y multiplication. So it is returning 50, and I'm comparing this. Why fail? I see everyone telling pass, so I got one answer as fail. Why? See, again, I'm telling I don't have recorded videos. You have to check with the management. I don't have recorded videos. So why fail? It is pass, right? Your expected result how much is 50. What's your actual output? 50, right? 50, 50, they are equal, right? So pass. So let me run the test case. Now see, both are pass. So this is pass, and this is pass. Everyone understood with this? Right? So now what I'll do is now, everyone understood now? Now let me now go to the another program now, somewhat bit complex. Whatever we have seen is simple, like sum and product. Let me go to another one, okay? So what I'll do is I will create another Maven project, okay? Let me keep it like this project. I'll create one more project, Maven project. I'll just say next. I'll select RC type as quick start. Once again, I'm telling RC type as quick start. The group ID is JUnit demo only. Under JUnit demo, I'll create one more artifact, demo 2. And I'll give the package as JUnit demo 2. I'll click on finish. Right now I have JUnit demo 2. So this is under version 1.5. Again, as I said, I showed you, right? We'll go according like that. So right click on this project. Go to your Java build path. Change this 1.5 version to 1.8 version. Yesterday I showed you, right? The same thing. Your Java compiler also you have to change to 1.8. Okay, I changed this. So I documented this also. Actually, still I did not get the access for your Google Classroom link. I'm trying for that. Once I get that access, I will upload all these notes and programs. So now what I will be doing is now, I will be actually creating one customer. I'll be writing one customer, how to run a programmer. For test case, you have to go here. I showed you, right? Just run as JUnit test. Just run as, okay, JUnit test. Okay, so now I'll be writing now another project for earlier we have seen like simple add and subtract, right? Right now we'll go with some real-time program. So what I'll do is I will actually go for a customer customer project creation. See, Mammon, don't worry, I'll keep on creating this Mammon project. You will understand it, okay? See, yesterday I went very slow, but now, see, yesterday I went very slow because now I created very fastly this one because yesterday I took so much of time to explain creating this project. Okay, so that's why just attend my classes every day regularly. See, again I'm showing file new Maven project anyhow. So click on next, select archetype quick start, click on next, give the group ID. I told you yesterday what is group ID, what is artifact ID, what is version, right? But I told you that we'll see Maven separately. This is only for JUnit I'm showing this. And click on finish. That's all. You'll get a project, a default project you'll get. And yesterday I showed you, this this also. I explained every part. Okay. So those who are coming to the today's session and who did not attend yesterday's session, I cannot do anything. Because if I repeat again and again this, it will keep on repeating only. Even after 20 days also, I'll be in this topic only. Okay, that's why just attend my sessions regularly. If I miss the session, there will not be any problem. But if you miss the session, you will lose the content. Okay. So just don't miss my sessions, okay? Because Yasha explained neatly, right? So fine. Now what I'm going to tell is I'm going to now write a program for a customer manager. For a customer manager application. So what is a customer manager application? You know, where this will say, for example, say you have actually say there's a company like Airtel, right? So Airtel will be having many customers, right? We are all customers for Airtel. So this will manage multiple customers. So these customers will be where they will be stored. So they will be stored in some database. All the customers related information of Airtel, they will store in a database, right? Now we are going to write an application, not with a database, but somehow will manage to simulate in a real scenario. Small application, very small application. Okay, I'll show you. So instead of database, what we will use, we will use a collection. Okay, instead of using a database, we'll use a Java collection. We'll use a Java collection. You know what is a Java collection, right? So Java collection like hash map, array list, right? They store the data. So these also work like a database, but this is in-memory database, right? So these store data in memory. So we can use this like a database to store data in memory. To store data in memory. To store data in memory. So in memory, these objects will be created and we can store data. So we'll actually create this customer application, use storing the data here. Okay. So let us now start writing this application. So what I'll do is I will create one application app. I'll remove this hello world, whereas Maven will create a default. Yesterday I showed you, right? Maven will create a default project structure. In that you will get a hello world program like this. So I'll remove this. So what I'll do is now, I will create one customer object. Okay. I'll go very slowly. Just see. I'll create one customer class. So what this customer class contains? What are the properties of a customer? So we can have first name. Customer will have first name. Customer will have last name. Phone number. So these are the different properties. So these are the different properties of a customer, right? Customer ID, first name, last name, phone number. Yeah, you can use string or long or anything, right? And these are the private properties, right? And for each private property, we can have public methods, right? What are the public methods? For each property, we'll have one set method and one get method. So select this, right click on this. For each property. So if I have class customer, So just 1 minute. Yeah, sure. So for each of these properties, these are private properties, we'll have public methods. What are the public methods? Public void set customer ID. Okay. So we'll have string customer ID. We'll say customer ID. And then we'll have string get customer ID. And I'll say return customer ID. Can anyone tell why we need actually for every property? Can anyone tell like that I will have for other properties also? We will have public setter and getter methods. Can anyone tell why actually for a class we should have the properties private and methods public? Anyone can tell? So why for a class we will have private properties and public methods. So why for a class we'll have private properties and public methods. So this is called encapsulation, right? So this is called encapsulation in Whoops concepts, right? So this is called encapsulation in Whoops concept. Why for a class we will have private properties and public methods. So this is called encapsulation. Right? So why actually we have this? Okay. Because of encapsulation. Then why encapsulation? Why? What is encapsulation then? See, basically, I'll tell you. So from outside class, okay, suppose let us think like this. Let us have like this. I'll just take 5 minutes of time for this to explain this because it's a very basic concept. Suppose if I have properties as public. Suppose I have suppose I have like this. Suppose I put properties as public like this. So these are public. Just 1 minute. I think your madam, Supriya madam, actually has sent a message to everyone. Just 1 minute. Okay. I'm asking your, for my admin access. Okay. All right then. So why these public properties for this? Suppose if you have public properties for this customer. Now, say for example, I have one more class, something like class X. Okay, here I have some public static void main string args, right? And suppose if I create a customer object here, so I can create a customer object, right? Right? Like this, and say I can access the public variables from the outside class. Suppose I can give like this directly, customer ID equal to some C100, customer dot first name equal to Ramesh, customer dot phone number equal to some number, some 10-digit number. I give something like, okay, I'm just giving. Okay, I'll give some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just giving some 10-digit number, right? 10-digit number. So I can access directly the public variables like this. Sorry, the public variables like this and give the values. Even I can also give like this also, right? I can give like customer dot phone number. I can use some alphabets also, right? Okay, I can use some alphabets also, right? But this is invalid, right? That means phone number is set with some wrong number. Alphabets we cannot have in phone number, right? So phone number is set with the wrong. That means since I have public data, I can give invalid data also here. There is no check. That is the reason. So we can give even invalid data also if we declare the variables as public, right? So that is the reason we should not allow from outside class, we should not allow to change this data, to directly access these variables. So that is the reason. So in order to prevent adding invalid data or for security purposes, we should avoid direct public access of variables from outside class. So we should make variables private, right? So we should make variables private. So for that, what we do? Now we'll say class customer I'll say private string customer ID. I'll say private string first name. Next, a private string phone number. Right? I have like this. Now from outside class, suppose I have a class like this, class X app or something, class X. Now say, let us say customer, new customer. Now can I access now customer dot phone number? No, right? I cannot access. Now you will get a compile error here. You will get a compile error. Because this is a private variable and you are trying to access it. Okay. So this is a private variable and you are trying to access. So this is a compile error. That is the reason if you make private variables, you cannot access directly this. But somehow I have to write the data to these variables, right? Somehow I have to set the property values. So for that reason, we'll have methods. So we'll have one public method, void set phone number, right? And here I'll say string phone number, right? So what I'll do is here I'll say this dot phone number equal to phone number, right? Now this is a public method. This is a public method, right? So I can call this method directly from here. So what I'll do here I'll say customer dot set phone number, Here I can give some phone number, okay, like this. Now what will happen now? This number will be passed here, right? Now this is a public method, right? This is a public method. So this number I'm passing here, and now this value will come here. And when I say this dot phone number means this property, this number. So that means this value, this property will be assigned with this value. Now here, suppose if I put a wrong value now. So customer dot set phone number. Okay, I give something like this. All right. Now this is I'm passing some value. So here I can have a logic. Here I can have a logic like, here I can have a logic to check if phone number contains. So logic to check if phone number contains only digits. Only digits. Here I can have logic to check only phone number contains only digits and it is a 10 digit. Okay, and the length is 10 digit. Okay, and length is 10 digit. Right. So then only set this value. So we'll have a logic here, right? We'll have a logic. We'll have a logic here in this method to check if phone number contains only digits and length is 10. So then we can have this one, right? So that is the advantage of public methods. Okay, that is the advantage of public methods, right? So the advantage of methods is we can validate the data before setting to the properties, before setting the values to properties. So advantage of methods is we can validate the data before setting the values to properties. But for the public data, there is no validation. Directly we can set, it will take. But here in the methods we can have the logic. So that is the reason for security purposes. So for a class we'll have a private properties and public methods. And for every property we'll have one setter method. And suppose I want to read the data. How I can read the data? I'll use a getter method. So public string get to phone number, right? And here I'll say return this dot phone number. Okay. Now everyone understood? So that means if I call get phone number, I'll get the value of this phone number. So set phone number is writing the setter methods are for writing the are used to write values to properties, and getter methods are used to read values from properties, right? Now everyone understood actually, everyone understood now the encapsulation, the concept behind the encapsulation, why we'll have private properties and public methods, right? Everyone clear, right? So why we'll have private properties and public methods? So in public methods, we can have the logic to control, right? Now let us now write. So now for each private property, we'll have public methods, public setter and getter. So in Eclipse, I can easily generate this. I don't need to write. So select this. So right click on this source, generate getters and setters, you see. So just highlight this, right click on this, source, generate getters and setters, right? Select all, click on generate. Now you see, I got no public method. So public string get customer ID, void set customer ID, right? So string get first name, set first name, get last name, set last name, get a phone number, set a phone number. Very easy. Okay, just select this. Again, I'll be showing you. You noted, right? Just select this, right click on this, click on source, go to source, right? Select generate getters and setters. Okay, generate getters and setters. Now select all, you'll get all these properties. So click on generate. Okay. You don't need to write separately. So the methods will be generated, you see here. Okay. Okay, see, you're getting message from Supriya madam that actually this batch is only for full stack Java students. No one is allowed into this batch other than full stack Java students. So I told you, right? Actually, this is not a DevSecOps course. It is a tools used in your regular things. Right. So now I created customer class. So then what? So then I will create now customer manager. I'll create now one more class called customer manager. So this is your main class where your business logic will be there. So this class will add customers to the hash map. Here our hash map is our database. Hash map is our data. Hash map is our database. So what I'll do is I'll create a map here. So private map. So I'll create actually a map. A map, a hash map. You know what is a hash map, right? A hash map will contain key value pair. A key and a value. So your hash map will contain key. For every key, there will be a value. Right? So I'll say customer. So your key is a string type and value is a customer object type. Okay. I'll create here a customer list equal to new hash map. New hash map. Right. So I'll create a hash map where key is a string type and value is a customer object type. Right. I'll also define an organization here, private string. These customers are for your Airtel. So organization name equal to Airtel. Okay. Now what I'll do is see. I will add customer data into hash map. So for that, I'll create one method. I'll create one public method, customer, add customer, because I'll call this method from outside. That's why I put public. So here I'll say string ID, string first name, string last name, string phone number, right? Right. So what I'll do is I'll create one customer object, new customer. Okay. Then I'll say customer dot set customer ID, customer dot set first name, customer dot set last name, customer dot set phone number. Okay. Now I'll see. Now what I'll do, I'll check if customer already exists. Okay. Check if customer already exists in the hash map. Okay. And I'm returning Boolean exists. Okay, this is a method I'm writing. Now I'll say if not exists only, okay, then you add the customer in the map. Put of your ID comma customer. Then I'll say return customer list. Return customer. So I'll write this method. This is a private method. So what I'll do is private Boolean. Check if customer already exists. So I'll say customer. So I'll say if customer list dot contains key of customer dot get customer ID, then return true. Otherwise return false. See, you understand what I'm doing here. You understand what I'm doing here? You understand what I'm doing here? See, this is the logic. This is the logic. Right? So what is the logic you see? Okay, so what is the logic you see? Just wait, I'm explaining, right? Why you are asking the questions? I'm explaining. The same thing I'm repeating again and again. Just wait. Okay, I'll write here. See what I'm doing here? This is my method. Now, I'll call this method. This is a public method, right? I can call from outside. Say this is present in which class? Customer manager class, right? So I just create an object of customer manager. Equal to new customer manager. I'll say manager dot add customer. I'll give some ID as some 100. First name as Ramesh. Last name as Ramesh Kumar. Phone number as some phone number I give. Okay, I'm just giving some phone number. Right? Okay. Now, so this is calling this method, right? So this is calling this. Now these values are passed here, right? So your ID will be 100. Your first name will be Ramesh. Your last name will be Kumar, and this will be your phone number. And just 1 minute. Huh? Just 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry, I just got one call. Okay, fine. So now when I say manager.add customer, I'll be passing these values, right? Now I create one customer object. Right? So in this customer object, what I set, your ID. I'll set the properties. Your ID as 100. Your first name as Ramesh. Last name as Kumar. Phone number as something, whatever that number I have given. Right? Now then what I'm doing now, check if customer already exists. That means this method is called. Now what I'm doing, now this object is passed here, right? This object is passed here. Now this is a map, right? What is customer list? It is a hash map, which I declared here. It is a hash map. Okay, it is a hash map I declared here. Right? It is a hash map. Now what we are doing now, in this method, what we are checking, if the hash map dot contains key. So that means I created one hash map. So there's a new hash map. Okay. So there's a hash map. If this hash map contains key of this is a new hash map, right? There is no entry. So for this, it will return false, right? There is no key with this customer ID 100. What is your customer ID 100? There is no key with this in this hash map, right? So it will return false. It will return false. That means your exist will be false. Now what I'm checking now, if not false means what? True. If true, not exist means here exist is false here. If not false means true. If true means go to this condition. Now add the entry in the map. What entry I'm adding now? Your ID as 100. Your ID as 100. And your value as the customer object. Your value as the customer object. Right? Now suppose I'm again calling another call, manager dot add customer. Okay, I'll say now 101 Rakesh Babu, and I'll give some number here. Right? Now what I'm doing now? Now again, it is creating a customer object, right? It is creating a customer object. Okay, with ID as 101. Okay, first name as Rakesh, last name as Babu, phone number as, right? So what are the number that you have given here, right? This number. Now again, check if customer already exists. It will go here. Now it will check that if customer list, that means this map contains key with 101. What is your customer ID? 101, right? No. There is no key with this. There is no key with this in this map. That means return false. So if exist will be false. If not false means true. So now in true condition, you are adding one more entry here. So which is 101. And this is your customer object. So this is your customer object. right? Now, what I'll do, I'll call one more time. I'll call one more time. Third time. This is a third call. Manager dot add customer, right? I'll say 100. I'll give some Raju. Okay, Raju, or we can say Ravi Kumar, and I give some phone number like this. Now, you see here, we are trying to add another customer with the same ID. Okay, 100 with the different names. Now, a customer object will be created now. That means this logic. A customer object will be created now. Now with ID as 100. Okay, first name as Ravi Kumar, like that. Now it will check now. Check if customer already exists. It will go here. Now it will check customer list dot contains key of 100. Is it already contains 100? Yes. Already there is a key with 100. Now it will return true. Now Boolean exists equal true. Now if not exists means what? False. If false means it will not go to this map. That means it will not add this entry. It will not add this entry into the map because already there is an entry with the 100 key. Because we are ensuring that this key is unique. Okay, this key is unique. We are ensuring that this key is unique. Everyone understood the logic, what I'm doing now? Everyone understood? Everyone clear? Everyone clear now? This logic, what I'm doing? Yeah, just I want response from everyone. Last point once again. See, if already key is present in this map, we are returning true. We are returning true. So if this will be true now. If not true means false, right? This is false. Not true means false. That means it will not go to this if condition. That means it is not adding to the map. This is not adding to the map. Right? Everyone clear, right? Any doubts in this logic? Any doubts in this logic? All right then. So what I'll do is tomorrow we'll continue this. Okay. So tomorrow we'll continue this. We'll write the test cases using JUnit for this. What is return customer? Yes, after adding the customer, I am returning this customer object back to whoever I'm calling. I'm calling this method, right? So this will return customer object. I'm returning customer object. After adding this, I'm returning customer object. I'm returning customer object back to whoever I'm calling. See, that is the reason you should have for this course to attend. This is for full stack Java people only. This is for full stack Java people only. Okay. Because if I start explaining core Java, it will be core Java class, not DevSecOps course. DevSecOps means, sorry, not DevSecOps, DevSecOps tools course. Again, don't get confused. It's not DevSecOps course, it is DevSecOps tools course. All right then. So tomorrow we will, okay, tomorrow we'll connect it. Then thank you all. See you tomorrow then. So tomorrow, no, JUnit only tomorrow will continue this program, writing JUnit test code and all that. Okay then. Thank you all. See you tomorrow then. See, I already told this in the first class itself. DevSecOps versus DevSecOps tools. I think I repeated almost in the first session only 7 to 8 times I repeated. All right. Okay, then thank you all. See you tomorrow then.
Recording stopped.